For the last 10 years, we have been on the list for a new school. We've been promised a new building. The old school it was built in 1963, but it was the last of that old model of school almost. And it didn't accommodate the subjects like science, it didn't accommodate computers, it was just built in the old form, classroom, desks, blackboard. And as the years went on, it became less satisfactory, and the department, and because of its siting on the main street, near a junction, near a shop, near a post office, it just became an unsuitable site for a school. But it's built, and we moved in 2012. The extra gift that we are now receiving from the department is this funding through the percent for art scheme, and that we have been allowed that money because it is a new construction, and it's government policy that where there is a new construction, a new building, there is 1% of the build cost allocated for an art piece. It's to sort of provide work for artists and to promote art, because Ireland is sort of recognised as for its love of art and culture and literature. And this is a way of promoting art and promoting artists.
My name is Donnacha Cahill. I'm a sculptor. I work in steel. I do a lot of public and private commissions. My inspiration for the piece, I suppose, it came from visiting the school. I was informed about the Esters that were nearby. This was important because it made reference to my childhood as well. The words mythical and magical were coming into it a lot, and as well they wanted this sculpture to be shared with the community. So the hare came into my mind first because I thought of this kind of protective figure, a guardian for the school. I wanted something that would represent, say, education as well. And the hare, he's not just looking out, seeing if there's danger. He's looking out for information, and he's looking out for knowledge.
I'm Mary Fahey. I was always involved in the goings-on of the school, and I was very interested when this school was being built, and I was very pleased to be asked to join a committee of 5 to select a monument or a sculpture that would be in front of the school and would have some relevance to the school. There are children's books, particularly one very nice illustrated one that I've got about hares and about the Inquisitive Hare. On Giria Fisroch is and there's an Irish poem called that, on the Inquisitive Hare. And Killimor have an association with hares anyway, because when we got married first in 1959, long time ago, 1958, every Sunday when we were coming home from second mass, there were jeeps and cars and vans coming up through the village, and they were from all over the country, and they were catching hares. And there's a little lane beside my house between the water tower and me, and they went up there particularly, and I had lots of hares in the garden, but they weren't a bit destructive like rabbits. But I just thought, when I saw Donnacha's form, that he was going, his application form, that he was going to do this sculpture. I said to myself, that's the one I take.
Donnacha agreed to visit the school on four full day visits, 1 day per week for the last 4 weeks. And in these visits he was going to speak to the children, he was going to go into the classrooms and do workshops with the children and get the children to tell stories about Killimor National School, about the past, the old school and the present school.
Draw a picture that you will be about a story in the school that you were part of. Do you reckon you could do that? In bringing in the forge, they get to see what's going on. They get to see that it just doesn't magically appear together, that there's a lot of hard work and there's skill involved. And you never know, maybe it might lead one of them onto that career. I don't know. stick these ears on, it's like that. Well, it's really important that the students and the staff, they get to leave their mark upon their work. So what I'm going to ask them to do is tell me stories about the school. And from that, I'm going to ask them to do drawings. And from the drawings, we're going to pick out very simple elements like symbols, and we're going to transfer that onto the books that are going to be underneath the hare. And the important thing about this is that each book, they'll have a variety of symbols on them, but each book will tell a story. What kind of things do you like to play when you're smaller? Camogie. But when you're a little girl, so you like to play a lot of camogie. So even you can come up, you can do something. And Liam was saying to me he's not good at drawing, but I don't believe that because he's very good actually. But I was saying to him as well, you don't have to think about a whole picture. You just think about symbols. So he's come up with the symbol of a herd and a schlitter. So something like that could go on the back of the book here. And a herding picture as well. You draw herding? That's pretty good. Oh, you do it yourself. I don't have a favourite soccer team either, but I like soccer.
Hi, I'm Maria. I'm in 5th class and this is my picture here. I drew it of a person throwing a sandwich up to the dog.
So in the front of the old school there was a shed that ran all along the front yard, and every morning we come into school the dog would be on top of the shed, but as the children came into school the dog would start barking at them as they were walking in, and then he'd quieten down for a while when the children were gone, but when they come out for break time he'd start barking again, and he'd keep barking at the children, so then they used to throw up their lunch to him.
But nobody really wanted their lunch, so they just decided that was a fun way to get rid of it other than just throwing it in the bin.
So the snowstorm was about 4 years ago, and we were up in the old school, and the children that I have currently were in senior infants and first class.
There wasn't many students, so the teachers decided that we could have a snowman competition, and which one was the biggest, and we were throwing snowballs at each other, and we threw it at the teacher because she didn't see it coming.
A couple of the kids talked about their highlight. I think there's a few pictures here behind me where we had our school tour last year. We had a trip in the Cara Princess, which is a boat. I think it runs from Wood Quay out to Lough Corrib, takes a turn around there and comes back in.
We saw a Ferran and
There was swans.
next we went to sort of a soccer pitch. Then we went to Space Kids.
There's a play centre there in the Headford Road. And
There's slide going into a ball pit and it was really fun.
The aim of the Teddy Bears Hospital is to take the fear out of entering hospital for small children. So the children, we got a bus from here to Galway and they all brought their little teddies.
And there was a place, a big place where there was little machines that took x-rays and there was a table where you could put bandages and plasters on the teddies. And they told us about what's wrong about your teddy and they were just fixing them up and stuff.
I think the involvement of the children in the whole project is vital. Now, as we know as teachers, children don't learn by being told. That most of their learning takes place when they're doing and when they're involved. And they will remember the workshops, they will remember their own contribution to the whole process. And in years to come, I think they'll be able to tell their own children We remember Donnacha Cahill when he was in the school. He came round to all the classrooms. He let us draw pictures. He listened to our stories, and he really was involved in what was happening in Killimor. And it's not just going to be one morning they come to Killimor and find a piece of art sitting in the front lawn. It will be something they have been involved in, that they have been enthusiastic about, and it just has been a pleasant experience for them.
I'm Pauline, I'm the secretary here in Killimor National School. Breda Cunningham, the coordinator, asked for some assistance with paperwork, etc. So I helped her out as best I could. It was a real learning curve for us. Now we have seen the fruition launch today in the school with Donnacha Cahill's lovely Inquisitive Hare. It really is a fabulous piece, and it'll be here for many generations to come.
So for capital projects that have been built since 1997 around the country, be they hospitals or schools, we often see road projects, that there's many art projects, and this is the one that we have.
The eyes of other people. Then
words like history, rural, magical, collaboration and fun were at the forefront of my mind.
That's Donnacha Cahill.
The students, you're so lucky to have that group of teachers, and even when I'm out here, when I was working, and I would always be listening to the classrooms and what was going in, you're so lucky, that's it. And they're lucky too to have ye. Again, I'm absolutely honoured that I was selected for this. It actually really means the world to me, so thank you so much.
See My name is Jerry Murray and I'm principal of the school here in Killimor. I'm absolutely delighted with the finished product that we have. It's been a real collaborative project, and I suppose why I really appreciate this piece of art so much is because I can see actually elements of the pupils, I can see elements of the staff, I can see elements of the broader community all incorporated into the one sculpture, and that means a lot to us.
It was a great surprise to see the hare out there this morning in front of the school, and it was really a wonderful piece of work, and he's standing on top of the books and looking into the sky for inspiration and wondering at the world around him.
A huge talking piece, and I love all the little details on each book. Absolutely beautiful, brilliant creativity, brilliant.
Oh, it's fabulous, great day really. One of the best the school has had really since I came here 20 years ago. It's been so positive, everything about it has been so positive and so good. And the sculpture itself is beautiful, and it's done by a local guy, and the army band here, fantastic, and teachers and staff, everything went very well, yeah, great. A great adventure really.
Christmas night, clutch the light, the hollow bright. Above my brother and say goodbye.
The effort that the school put into everything, just between I woke up this morning and I thought we're going to unveil this. But when I got here and the army band and the school and all the parents helping and the preparation, I was overwhelmed. So, it's great because, you've made something, but then it's a big, huge celebration. It's much more than that, and it's about the school. So, that's brilliant. I'm delighted.
Well, it's great for today for the unveiling. We've had so many expectations, and Donnacha was great at giving us ideas and the pictures of what it was going to be like, but to see it in reality now is just fabulous. I'm really impressed and delighted. I'm sure we've made the right choice.